Welcome to Brian's Funhouse. Thank you for clicking on the video, and as always, thanks for all your comments, your likes, your shares, and your views, of course. Welcome to the channel. We're going to talk about a lot of music, a lot of records today. Before I get into the record show and the Grail, I did see Becoming Led Zeppelin, an A movie. I thought it was wonderful. A lot of the footage I didn't see before. I love the 3 new interviews. I love the Unearthed John Bonham interview, brought back for us to listen to for the first time. Great stuff. It would have been an A+ if they went all the way to Led Zeppelin 3, because I love Led Zeppelin 3, but as an early look at the band, you know, just how they came up and became, in such a short time, a great rock and roll band. But the first 2 albums are just wonderful. It's a great movie. Go see it if you haven't. Becoming Led Zeppelin. I went to a record show recently, which is a fun thing to do. I don't always have the time with my work schedule and finances and all that stuff. One of the coldest days of the year with this record show was. Once in the hall, was blown away by the selections. Lots of people there. I met up with a friend. I noticed he was overlooking this one table. On it, it had cassette tapes for $5 each. A lot of people would have passed on it, but I love local music. I'm a big fan of all the Chicago scene from the 80s on, you know, and even before that with our classic rock bands like Styx and stuff. Styx also omitted from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees this year. Iron Maiden omitted. I did a short video on how stupid the choices were. So yeah, so I noticed some local bands from way back in the 80s, like late 80s, early 90s, and one was Shalivade, and I'm not that familiar with their whole career, but I just knew that tape was an early tape of Shalivade, and also Van Threat was still a sealed tape. So, you know, I bought them 5 each, and I came home, thought long and hard, like, okay, I do still have some local band cassettes. How often do I really listen to them? Am I trying to weed out cassettes? And so, you know, I just felt like sometimes there's times to sell, and I kept a few of the cassettes, but yeah, I put 2 on eBay. They did okay. I mean, turned, 5 and 5 into 20-something, so that's pretty good. Used that income to buy more albums. And then the other tapes I grouped up with a bunch of flyers I had from that time for groups of that era. And I took a picture, sent it to one of my Facebook friends, and I got 200 for a few of the tapes and flyers and local magazines and stuff like that. So I was able to get rid of that stuff because I can't collect everything. I'm collecting more of like indie rock, punk, some heavy metals. You can't collect everything. There's only so much room here. So yeah, so I was happy to find those tapes. I'm glad to unload them to people that'll appreciate them more than me. I did buy albums there. That's why I went to the freaking thing. The first thing I bought was Billy Squier, Christmas is the Time to Say I Love You. I am getting rid, I got like, I don't know, 100 or 200 45s altogether. I'm trying to sell all those. I'll probably put those on Facebook Marketplace. If I can't get a price there, then I will bring them into a store. I don't want to collect 45s anymore, but for this one, I do remember MTV playing this song around the holiday times. Love Billy Squier, have his albums. Yeah, I just don't need 45s, but I will keep that 45. I bought this from a guy, KROQFM Devotees album. This came out in 1979, so right when the band was hitting themselves, and it was sealed. So you can't go wrong for sealed. I will eventually open it because I'm not one of these people that's just going to keep a sealed album. I bought it to play it, and it's all these bands playing like the early stuff, you know, Controllable Urge, Jocko Homo, Space Junk, stuff like that. It's bands, I guess, sent in their songs, and they put out an album of that. So I can't wait to play this one. If you watch my videos, you'll see that I did a video recently, kind of all my Devo collection. I love Devo. Speaking about Devo, the lead singer Mark Mothersbaugh put out Myopia. Came out in 2016, and it coincided with an art exhibit he had in Ohio. It's where they're from. And the album was only sold there, I believe. So I think I got this for like $40 or $45. I think I got it for $40 because we were talking and he like lowered the price. It's worth a little more than that, so I'm happy to get it at that price. But it's really cool. It's musical, and it's I mean, it's what you would expect from the singer of Devo. I mean, great stuff, great keyboard stuff. He does a lot of Rugrats, Lego Movie soundtrack. He's heavily involved still in music, along with Devo, who are still playing shows. Black Sheep This is their first album from 1975. They only put out 2 albums. A lot of you may know this guy here. That's Mr. Lou Gramm from Foreigner, and Black Sheep was his first band. He was in it for a few years, and they kind of just, split up, and they all went their own ways. And Lou Gramm called, what is his name for Foreigner? Mick Jones, and auditioned. And I mean, Lou Gramm, what a great voice! What a great voice! So yeah, it's the same thing. It's like early bluesy, less pop Foreigner, if you ever want to check out Black Sheep albums. This one guy had CDs for $5 each, and he was doing like, if you grabbed 5, he would say, "Oh, just hand me 20. That's what I like about the shows, because there are a lot of overpriced people selling all these reissues and stuff. It just kind of insane, the prices. We could all agree, people are just charging a lot, but I guess every once in a while people are paying those outrageous prices. To me, you'd want to lower your price a little bit to get rid of your inventory and actually sell, but yeah, a lot of crazy prices. So I'm always looking for the people that just have a lot of used stuff and just trying to get rid of it. Let's see what I bought here. So at the CD show, or at the record show, I bought some CDs. All, the band All, this is Pummel. This is their 6th album as All from 1995. Good stuff there. Eric Martin Band. Who's Eric Martin Band? Eric Martin from Mr. Big. I want to be with you. Green Tinted 60s Mine. Did a great Cat Stevens cover of Wild World. Mr. Big, those great musician type super bands, you might say. I think Mr. Big has called it quits just now. But anyway, Eric Martin, the singer, Mr. Big, he had a few solo albums. This is his only one proper as the Eric Martin Band. This came out in '83. And Mr. Big formed in '88, so this is prior to that. Faster Pussycat Whipped. This is their 3rd album from 1992. I like their first 2 albums a lot. The 3rd one, yeah, they're starting to lose me. There is one that they say have a harder sound. I haven't heard that one. More like kind of electronic, more feel to it in a way. Of course, the singer involved himself for a little bit with the whole Wax Trax type crowd here in Chicago. But yeah, this one I might sell, because it is you can't keep everything. But for $5 I was willing to purchase. I thought I had this one, but I checked my list. I did not. This one's from The Firm, '86. This is their 2nd album. Of course, Paul Rodgers, Jimmy Page. Mean Business. Had these on vinyl as soon as they came out. And certain bands, certain music, I like to get vinyl and CD. I don't know why, but that way I can listen to it in 2 formats. I guess that's why. Halloween, they had Walls of Jericho, which came out in '85, and this one came out in '88, Keeper of 7 Keys Part 2. This is my, they did originally have it like a Keeper 7 Keys Part 2, which is just the tracks from the album, and then they put out this, which is Keeper 7 Keys Part 2 from Halloween, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra tracks. So I did have Part 2, but I didn't have this version with the 5 extra tracks. I didn't like Walls of Jericho. I don't like the vocals very much on Walls of Jericho, so I put Walls of Jericho up with my original copy of Keeper 7 Keys Part 2 and sold that on eBay, and I got this kind of price for it. Iron Maiden, this is their 7th album from '88. Of course, 7th son of a 7th son. Had this on vinyl since it came out. Finally got that on CD. Judas Priest, I found 2 of their things that I don't have, trying to fill in the holes of my Judas Priest collection. These Ram It Down, they're 11th from '88, and Redeemer of Souls, they're 17th from 2014. Ram It Down I do have on vinyl already, but like I said, certain bands I like to get on vinyl and CD, because I'm a music nerd, aren't we all? Ministry, got this for like $8, postage paid. This is their 12th album from 2012, Relapse. Ministry's coming around town, including a stop here in the Chicago area, and they are playing their first 2 albums, which are the more synth pop stuff. They're kind of reworking it. I heard they're actually going in the studio to kind of re-record them, I think. But yeah, I'm on the fence about going, because I got to work that day and work the next day. You know how it is, you get older and you got to work all the time. It's hard to stay up late and see a show. But yeah, I'm on the fence about going to see them. I've seen them a million times, but I've never seen them play those first 2 albums. For years, he didn't even talk about those first 2 albums. Motorhead, Ace of Spades, of course, no brainer. Had this on a cassette tape. A friend copied it for me. Had it ever since I was a wee little boy in the '80s. Ace of Spades, this is from '80. This is their 4th album proper. Have it on vinyl, but you got to get this on vinyl and CD. I don't know, does it have any extra tracks? Yeah, it does. It has 3 extra tracks. So, and for $5, I mean, you can't go wrong. Sweet Oblivion. This features Jeff Tate. Jeff Tate, singer of Queensryche, of course. This is, I think, a one and done kind of band. 2019 this came out. Sweet Oblivion featuring Jeff Tate. I like it. It sounds a lot like early Queensryche, and it's good stuff, man. It's a powerful vocalist. Wasp trying to fill also in the holes of that collection, just like maybe 2 more albums I need, and I have all their catalog. Wasp, of course, has a huge catalog, believe it or not. For those of you who have been following the band, they've been putting music out a lot. Wasp, this is their 9th one. This is from way back in 2001. This is Unholy Terror. It's good. It fits. I mean, when you have a long catalog, you're going to have ones that are like, all right, good, and ones that are great. This one's more towards the good side. It's not great, but, you know, whatever. YNT, one of these bands you say, criminally underrated band. This is their 3rd true live album from 1991. Yesterday and Today, YNT, of course. This is a live album. It's got a lot of their great songs like Mean Streak, and I Believe in You, Forever, Black Tiger. So really good look at the band. I've only seen them live, and it was recently, a few years ago, and still a powerful singer, powerful guitar player. Playing Foursquare, I found this. This actually, I knew, I was like Suburban Home. I was in a band that was on Suburban Home, and it does. It has a song, a group I used to play in Oblivion. Has Back on a Satellite, which I always thought was a good, catchy mid-tempo song of ours. Yeah, so it's always neat to find a CD that you're on. You're like, hey, oh, I was on this. You buy it, then you like walk around the show, like, is anyone record? No, no one record. No one cares. But yeah, Playing Foursquares. It's got 4 album labels, 4 indie labels are on it, featuring the groups that they were proud of at the time. So yeah, it's good stuff. You're saying, then you buy stuff and then you kind of, like, what would be a CD that you bought and you burned, you know, into your iTunes, you can listen to your hard drive, but you're going to sell it because you just kind of don't feel that strong about it, but you do want the music. Well, here's 3 examples. Slaughter the Wildlife, I think this is their 2nd one. It's good. I like the first Slaughter album. It's fun, cheesy stuff, but I don't really need the 2nd one. A hard copy of it. I have the music in my iTunes. Of course, if your computer blows up, you lose it all, but whatever. You can always stream stuff for free. And if you Google or if you search within YouTube any group or album, somebody has uploaded it, so there's always free music. Yngwie J. Malmsteen, Fire and Ice. I love early Yngwie, but yeah, I don't really need this one. Another example of an album. That's all right. This is the more recent band. I believe they're from Sweden. Loud and Nasty. Teaser. Picked it up for $5 because the front cover, I was like, yeah, that's gotta be some hair metal. It was alright, but it's not alright enough that I need to keep it forever and ever. So let's go to the record store. A few towns over from me is Windy City Records in Downers Grove, Illinois. I don't even know why I was in the area. I think I was going to a estate sale or something in the area, or out to eat. I think I was taking the wife out to eat. What a nice guy I am. And went to Windy City. It's been a while. I think he's moved like next door from the last time I was at, so I really like the new location. Great owner, great little shop. I always forget it's there. I always go east when I'm shopping for albums. I need to learn I can go west and shop more in the burbs. This was AC/DC Who Made Who soundtrack. Yeah, I have a lot of these songs. It's like a greatest hits kind of per se. It does have like 3 musical things. Chase the Ace and DT. And is that it? Chase? I don't know. I think, yeah, just the 2 songs that really aren't on the album can only be found here. Oh, 3 brand new tracks. 3 brand new tracks. So DT, probably Who Made Who, the title song, I would guess, and then Chase the Ace. Yeah, Chase the Ace and DT are like instrumentals, AC/DC style, but I'm going to see AC/DC in a few months when they play our football field. But anyway, that's a long explanation. But AC/DC Who Made Who. This store will sell unofficial releases. I'm okay with that. This is The Cure Lullabies, a long-time concert from The Cure that's appeared on other albums and CDs and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, this was from 1990, Germany broadcast, and this version came out in 2024, but it's good. I mean, whenever you buy unofficial releases, especially of concerts or broadcasts, it's always hit or miss. There's some that are horrendous that I'm instantly like, why did I do that? This one is not one of those. You can hear the vocals really good, the instruments really good, and all that, so I'm happy to have that one. Speaking about The Cure, throw this in. I did finally buy their new album. I bought it on CD because it's a lot cheaper than the vinyl. I like it. It is like a 80s Cure, a lot of dreamy stuff. It's really good stuff. The more I listen to it, the more I really enjoy it. So the Cure's new album, what is it called? Songs of a Lost World. Nice stuff. Also at Windy City, before I get to the Grail, these are also two things I picked up on eBay recently. Killing Joke, if you've been watching my recent videos, I'm trying to get everything from Killing Joke. Extremities, Dirt, and Various Repressed Motions. Had this on cassette when it came out because I like the song Money Is Not Our God. I try to live by that motto. I think everyone in the world would be better if we lived by that. Well, us in the first world countries. Other people, well, I don't have any money. Us spoiled little brats in the first world countries, so to speak. Yeah, don't make money your God, for crying out loud. Life is too short. Love that song. Killing Joke. Glad to have the CD. Pigface, Gub. Got that CD. I forgot how strange this album is. This is a strange album, but picked up that CD. Alright, so the Grail at Windy City Records. Saw it on the wall, you know, cool stuff is always on the wall. Saw it on the wall and was like, $100 plus taxes, blah blah blah. But I remembered I had a $100 bill from that $200 sale I did with all the flyers and the cassette tapes to a friend on Facebook. So I was like, well, I do have a $100 bill in my pocket, burning a hole in my pocket, as they say. And Rush is a band that I try to collect everything from, which is crazy. They have a big catalog and a lot of stuff. They also just reissued a ton of their albums, so you don't have to buy that Rush. I did a review here of that Rush, what is it, 85 to 89 pack, something like that. You don't have to buy that anymore if you only need one or the two albums from that era, because now they've reissued, like Test for Echo and all those albums. So wish I'd have known that. I'm still kind of glad I bought that set. But yeah, whatever. This is a promo, not for sale, so I didn't buy it, of Rush, 2112. And I have to tell you, I'm happy with this purchase. Some of you are like, oh, never spent $100 on a record. Well, I didn't get groceries that week, which is fine. It's freezer burned food always way back in the freezer, and there's always bread and peanut butter and stuff, so I got that. This album was really special to me, because not only is it Rush, but I remember as a kid, I would open up this fold like this, and just try to figure out what the heck Neil Peart was trying to say. The musicianship was just outstanding. Loved the cover. Don't know why they're wearing robes, but it was just awesome stuff. This takes me back to my childhood. I have a few versions of it on CD. I have two versions of it on vinyl. Now this is my third version. The insert was with it, so that's kind of cool. I love these old inserts. Love these old album inserts. And the album, which is really, really neat, I think. It's kind of like a just two-tone cover. Promo, not for sale, really clean looking. So yeah, I'll pay $100 all day and night for this. Look at that. Love the promo label. Haven't spun it yet. Probably spin it after I make this video. Love the promo label, Rush. Oh, it's good stuff. Yeah, you forget promo label is Mercury Albums, and that's here in Chicago. That's shot. You got your John Hancock. You got your corncob places that are expensive to live in. Rush 2112 promo copy. Yes. More records we're going to talk about. I bought these, I think also on eBay. This is just a few bucks plus shipping. Max Webster, speaking of Rush, lead singer of Rush, Mr. Geddy Lee, sings on a track or two, or I think just one track, lends his vocals to it. Max Webster was is more known in Canada, obviously. This is Universal Juveniles. This came out in, what, 80, 81? 80. And it's really good rock and roll. Rock and roll stuff, that's how I would describe it. So glad to have that. Of course, like I said, being a Rush collector, gotta get anything those dudes appeared on. Also from Canada is Homefront, which is a band I saw here play at Riot Fest. This is their Games of Power album. I think I have an EP or two, but this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 songs on it, or 12. Made in Canada. Punk rock, kind of new agey punk rock. The only problem I had with them live, and it was a small problem, so I say problem, but it wasn't, I would for sure go see them again. The singer was a little off for me. Maybe off key, or just he sings kind of that way, but such great music behind it. You could have a person who can't sing at all, and it would still be a great band. So, yeah, he knows how to sing. I'm not saying the guy can't sing, but to me, the voice was little like kind of punkish, in front of like a synth pop kind of 80s band, but it's good stuff. I don't know. I'm not describing her. It's really good stuff. You get a chance to check it out. Homefront, Games of Power. It's just a few years old, this album, but it's really good stuff. Cleopatra Records had a great, like, what was it, half off or 45% off sale. I've ordered for them before to get some Enough's Enough things. But yeah, I couldn't believe the sale. So I bought Rat Rarities. On sale, I would buy this. I wouldn't pay full for this. It's got a rehearsal mix of Round and Round, which truly sounds like it. I'm sure that's how it was recorded. Somebody brought a cassette boombox, put it in the rehearsal hall, hit record, and they jammed Round and Round. It's great to hear that early version of the song, but the sound quality is just that. A cassette player probably hit record, thrown in a corner of a rehearsal hall. Sound quality is eh. Some of the live shows, the sound quality is kind of the same thing. Like somebody picked up that old cassette player, snuck it in somehow, I don't know, put it in the concert hall, hit record. The sound quality is just that. It doesn't sound like it's from soundboard or anything that crystal clear. So yeah, unless you really like Rat, there's no need to purchase this. But if you do like Rat, it's cool checking it out. Like I said, it was on sale, so for me, I think it was like $6, but can't go wrong with that because I was already ordering other stuff. Ministry, I have this, but I don't have this newer repressed version. This came out in 2020. This is the re-release of their 1985 release, Every Day is Halloween, the Lost Mixes, bop, bop, bop. One thing about Al Jorgensen is he's going to have 100 versions of every song. So there's always lost things that are being rediscovered anyway. Every Day is Halloween, boppy bop bop stuff. This is their synth pop era from Ministry. But again, on sales, like $10. Can't pass that up. Speaking about things you can't pass up, but probably a lot of you could. Pretty Boy Floyd, also on Cleopatra Records, are re-releasing this. It came out in 2015. It also says 2022 on it, probably re-release. This is all Kiss songs. So King of the Nighttime World, I Stole Your Love, I Love It Loud, Detroit Rock City. I bought it for Going Blind. You don't hear a lot of bands cover Going Blind. That's really the only song I really like out of this. I'll probably keep it. I won't sell it. But Pretty Boy Floyd was at the end of the hair band scene. Kind of like, thankfully, the Seattle sound came in, kind of washed it away because they were just kind of the cheesiness of it. It was fun, cheesy, and then after a few years of it, it kind of got, all right, same old cheesy. Pretty Boy Floyd was certainly at the end of it. Fun, yeah. Singer's voice, trying too hard to be like cartoonishy, snotty. So for me, it's hit or miss. It's right on the edge, close to a miss. But they're doing all Kiss songs there. This is live at Sunset Strip. I have not spun this, so I don't know the sound quality. But yeah, it's got their big hits on it, or hit on it. Rock World's gonna set the night on fire. I'm anxious to hear it. Again, it was for sale. It was on sale. That's the good thing about sales. Album company cleans their inventory, and we get to purchase stuff that we probably would never ever purchase in the real world. Last but not least, Still Wish You Were Here. This was on Cleopatra Records. Like I said, they had a sale. This came out in 2022. I never heard of it when it came out, but listen to who's on it. Todd Rundgren, Ian Peace, Rick Wakeman, Jeff Tate, Joe Satriani, Steve Stevens. It had Rick Emmett, I believe, from Triumph is also on it, if I'm not mistaken. Just is great stuff. If you like Wish You Were Here, you're going to hear some bands play Pink Floyd songs. Some are good and some are just kind of interesting, but it's still neat to hear. Boy, I'm trying to look for the track listing, so I know all you Pink Floyd fans want to know what's going on here. Shine On, You Crazy Diamond. It's got Jeff Tate singing. Ian Pace. Is it Pace? Pace on drums. Billy Sheenan on bass guitar, of course. Welcome to the Machine, sung by Todd Rundgren. Vocals by Rick Wakeman. Let's see. Side B's Have a Cigar. It's got Steve Stevens playing guitar. James LaBrea vocals. Never really heard of him. Yeah, here it is. Side 2, track 2, Wish You Were Here, sung by Rick Emmett. Although, to me, it wasn't the classic Rick Emmett kind of voice. But, yeah, it's got Joe Satriani on guitar. Carmen Appice on drums. Then had Shine On, Crazy Diamonds, part 6 to 9. So, it's really good stuff. Bootsy Collins is playing bass on that one. Oh, yeah, so it's worth it. I mean, probably a lot of you didn't really hear it came out. So, yeah. Still Wish You Were Here, tribute to Pink Floyd by a bunch of rock, heavy metal, and soul funk dudes. Alright, thanks for watching.